Hey guys, so Michael and I are shooting a little short this week, and in doing so we wanted to get some little more cinematic, higher quality lenses. So we went to this great website called Shared Grid and rented some lenses, and these are some Rokinon lenses that are for the cinematic experience, which, you know, everyone's always trying to get. Rachel, if you want to pan down a little bit, see some of these lenses. This is the case the guy gave me. It was some random shady guy in LAX. It was right by the airport. I had to drive down a back alley, and it was creepy and a little scary. But he handed me this black bag, and he said there were lenses inside of it, so I trusted him, and it worked out. So what we got in here, we have a Rokinon 85mm, which is going to get me kind of like a nice bokeh effect behind Michael. It's going to be a close-up from, you know, kind of a longer distance, nice long lens. So that'll be good for close-ups, maybe even extreme close-ups, and give me that blurry background. All of these lenses are 1.5, which means it's going to be really a shallow depth of field, which is going to be really nice and help me get that look that I'm craving for. We got a 135, which the 135 is going to be really tight shot, really extreme closer. It's going to give me, it's great for photography, this lens. This is going to be nice for some of the shots where I really want to get from a far distance and really create that really extreme close-up feel on Michael's face. Then we go from the opposite end of the spectrum to a 14, and a 14 is gonna be really wide. This is like the ultra wide shot that, you know, you may want to get from an establishing shot, or a shot where it really kind of sets the scene. You see the whole party, you see the whole vibe, you see everything in the shot. It's really nice. Actually kind of even gives a little extra on the side. So what you're looking from your normal frame of view, this is even wider. So honestly, it's like different than the human eye. It's almost like stuff that you couldn't be able to see normally. And then we got here, we're gonna go back to, then we're gonna go to the 24. 24 is a nice, you know, you get a nice medium shot with this. You wouldn't really use this for a close-up, probably medium shot, maybe to a wide shot. But this is a nice clean lens that still all these lens again they go down to 1.5 aperture. So at the right distance, if I move my body accordingly, I'm gonna always get a really great shallow depth of field, and it's gonna look really clean. And then we go to the 50. 50 is a really beautiful lens. It's gonna give me a nice close-up kind of portrait feel. Again, this goes lens 1.5. It's a nice short lens too, so I can kind of get in there with some of the shots if I'm on the go. And then last but not least, got that big guy. I got the 35mm. This is a kind of your stereotypical classical lens that you would use for, you know, majority of your shots. You could use this for the medium, you could use this for the close-up. You use this, I would actually really wouldn't use it for the wide shot, but this is going to be the lens that, you know, when you make a movie, when you're making a little short, this is what you're using right here. You're using this 35mm lens. And honestly, the focus rings on all these are so nice. They're so smooth. See that? That's smooth, baby. When you're trying to find that focus. The thing about these lenses they're all manual focus, so you really got to be on point about that. Also, this has an aperture ring, so instead of setting it in the camera like some of my Sony lenses, this you can set it through the ring right here, which is actually kind of cool and clever. I actually like that. So it's really nice and smooth too. But the reason I'm out here today with all the lenses I just rented is that I'm gonna practicing with them, and I'm gonna be shooting with them because I haven't shot with these lenses before, and I need to practice. And that's the one thing about videography when you're starting to shoot and starting to get out there, is you need to practice. You need to get your repetition in, so that when you have an opportunity on set, when you have an opportunity shooting, you know what you're doing, and you're not just kind of flying in there blind. So I'm out here with 6 lenses that I just rented from Shared Grid, the Rokinon Cine DS lens kit, and it's a great kit. I'm excited to dive in and practice with these. Then tomorrow we have the shoot, and then tomorrow I have to return these. Just keep in mind it's manual focus, and there is no auto stabilization, so I would use a tripod when using these lenses. Hey guys, so right now what I'm doing is I'm practicing on my focus techniques. Because again, it's a manual focus lens, I just need to make sure that I have the timing down of some of the shots, and I have like the rhythm, how kind of quick to pull it and how slow not to pull it and all that stuff. So I'm still practicing on that. The nice thing about the Sony A7iii is you can have a focus assist, where it has like these yellow lines on the subject that'll tell you if the subject is in focus. So here, let me see if I can show you real quick. So right now, as you can see, Rachel is heavily in focus. She has those random yellow lines all over her. We're recording, so that'll be focused. That won't show up on the final product. That's just for me in camera. Then obviously if I change it, now the background, now the foreground will be more in focus. And right here, if I kept going back further, the background would be in focus. So right now, Rachel's in focus, out of focus. In focus, out of focus. In focus, out of focus. It's a pretty cool feature. It's really helpful for these manual focus lenses. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys check this lens kit, and hopefully maybe you just like looking at them, because they're really pretty lenses, aren't they?